All right, let's talk about something huge that's happening right now, mostly behind the scenes. It's like an invisible war being fought online. And at the heart of it all is artificial intelligence. It's become this ultimate double-edged sword, a powerful weapon for both the heroes and the villains of the digital world. And today, we're going to break down exactly how.
So that brings us to the big question, right? Is AI the digital guardian we've all been hoping for? Or is it the most sophisticated and dangerous weapon cybercriminals have ever gotten their hands on? Well, the unsettling answer is it's both.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about the good guys. How is AI being used as a digital guardian? Well, security teams everywhere are leaning on it big time. They're using AI to build these smarter, faster, and way more resilient defenses to stand up against the constant barrage of attacks we see every single day.
At its core, the real magic of AI on defense comes down to one thing. It can do what no human team possibly could. I mean, think about it. It can sift through just unimaginable amounts of data in real time. It never gets tired, it never needs a coffee break, and it doesn't miss those tiny, almost invisible details. It's all about connecting the dots across millions of different events to find that one thread before it gets a chance to cause any real chaos. Let's make this real. Picture a security operations center, right? What does this actually look like? Well, first, the AI just drinks from a fire hose of data, all the log files from everywhere in the network. Then, it starts looking for things that are weird. It uses machine learning to spot any behavior that doesn't fit the normal pattern, what we call anomalies. And here's the best part. Instead of just blasting the human analyst with a million alerts, the AI figures out which ones are actually scary and pushes those to the top of the list. This is a huge deal. It cuts down on burnout and lets the team focus on what really matters, way, way faster. And it's not just for one thing either. The applications here are just exploding. We're talking about AI that can instantly classify brand new types of malware, or notice when a user's account suddenly starts acting, well, suspicious. It's even being used to hunt through the dark web for stolen passwords. Seriously, it's becoming a Swiss Army knife for security, from sniffing out tricky phishing emails to even flagging when the threat might be coming from inside the company.
A huge piece of the puzzle behind all this is a technology you've probably heard of, the transformer. Yep, the same kind of architecture that powers things like ChatGPT. And here's a simple way to think about it. Old school systems would just see a bunch of individual words, but a transformer, it reads the whole sentence. It gets the context, the vibe, the relationship between all the words. It actually understands the nuance of what's being said.
Okay, so why is that a big deal for cybersecurity? Well, because attackers use language to trick us. A transformer can read a phishing email and get it. It understands that specific mix of urgency, fake authority, and a weird request that just screams scam. It spots the subtle tricks that a basic keyword filter would just sail right past.
But, and this is the really important part, here comes the twist. The exact same technology that makes AI such an amazing defender, well, it also makes it a terrifyingly powerful weapon for the bad guys. And the main culprit here is what we call generative AI. These are the AIs that don't just analyze stuff, they create brand new, original things from scratch. And for an attacker, oh man, this is a total game changer. They can now automatically create malicious content at a massive scale, and it's super convincing. And we're not just talking about emails either. Attackers are using it to write malware that rewrites its own code to avoid detection, create deepfake audio for voice phishing, and even to automatically hunt for new bugs in software.
So you can basically think of it like this. Every hacker out there now has their own personal, tireless, expert assistant, an assistant that can craft the perfect attack materials on command 24/7. Let's take a look at just how scarily easy this is.
And you know what? You don't need to be some kind of coding genius to pull this off. An attacker can just tell the AI model what role to play, make a specific request for a malicious email, and maybe set a few basic parameters. That is literally all it takes.
And boom, look at the result. It's perfect. Flawless grammar, a real sense of urgency. It's pretending to be the CEO, and it has that super clear, do this now instruction. This thing has every single ingredient of a successful social engineering attack, and a machine spit it out in just a few seconds.
So this is the paradox, right? How can the same exact tech be so good at both defending and attacking? Well, the secret is all in how these AI systems learn. To really get what's happening in this arms race, we've got to pop the hood and look at the two fundamental ways an AI can think.
First, you've got what's called supervised learning. The best way to think of this is like studying with flashcards. You train the model on a massive data set where everything is neatly labeled. This is a virus. This is safe. It gets really good at spotting threats we already know about. But What about brand new attacks, the stuff nobody's ever seen before? For that, you need unsupervised learning. This is totally different. You just dump a whole mess of data on the AI and say, go find the weird stuff. It has to figure out what's normal and what's an anomaly, all by itself.
A fantastic example of this in the wild is an algorithm with a cool name, an isolation forest. And the name basically tells you exactly what it does. Its whole job is to find the weirdos in the crowd, the outliers, by isolating them from everything else. And the critical part is, you never have to teach it what bad looks like. It just knows how to find what doesn't belong.
So what does this mean in the real world? It means an isolation forest can look at millions and millions of people logging into a system and instantly spot that one login attempt coming from a weird country at 3 a.m. It finds the needle in the haystack, even if it's never been shown a picture of a needle in its life.
Okay, so where does all of this leave us? Well, pretty much smack in the middle of a high-tech arms race that's heating up fast. You've got attackers using AI, you've got defenders using AI, and each side is desperately trying to outsmart the other.
The takeaway here is that AI and cybersecurity isn't just one thing. It's a classic dual-use technology. Every clever new way the defenders use AI can be picked apart by the attackers and turned into a new weapon. And then, every new attack forces the defenders to go back and build an even smarter AI to stop it. It's this never-ending cycle of innovation and escalation.
And that leaves us with one last kind of chilling question to think about. As these AI systems on both sides of the fight get more and more powerful and start making decisions on their own, who's actually in control here? Who's really in the driver's seat? That's a question that, honestly, we're all going to be dealing with for a very long time.